Hi, Chris. So before we get into this week's match preview, Zoe Hopewell played her last match for the Whites against Loughborough. How much of a big miss is she going to be on the pitch as well as away from it?
Yeah, Zoe's been. I think her flight is next week actually. So yeah, Zoe's been an original. Zoe's been with us since the very start. Before I was the manager, dating all the way back to when the team was Highcombe Town and all the way through, and a really popular figure with the group. Really has been around for the full 5.5 years. So it is going to be missed, and I think it was in the news article in terms of her stats from a goal scoring midfielder's perspective has done really, really well, considering that we've had 2 seasons curtailed by COVID, and Zoe had a couple of layoffs with injuries with a broken foot and severely damaged ankle ligaments as well during those times. So she's going to be a big miss both on and off the pitch. But we wish her all the best, and hope that she enjoys herself over in Australia. So no, she's been a really, really good, loyal player for us, and we wish her all the very best.
Nice. And our last game was against Loughborough, which was more than a week ago. We won 14-0. Would you say that's probably one of the most ruthless performances that you've seen from your side this season?
Yeah, I thought the girls were tremendous. I thought they kept doing the right thing continuously over and over and over again, and that's why it did finish 14-0. I think that is the biggest scoreline this season? No, I think it's
In the league it is. But...
in the league, yeah. But just the quality of the performance, both in and out of possession, was probably the most ruthless that we've been, or certainly in the top 3 in terms of across the course of the season. The girls were brilliant that day, really, really good, and I can't fault any one of them. If I pick out a couple of people, I thought Holly Lewis was brilliant. I thought Holly Lewis was brilliant that day in that position. Naturally, when your 2 strikers get 11 goals between them, Abby and Lucy, and you could go for the full team. Katie and Chloe defended really well, did everything simple, did what we needed to do. The fullbacks did really well. Frankie got a couple of assists. I think everyone who played, every single player that played, whether they came off the bench or started, was brilliant. I think it was one of Lauren Church's best performances this season. Didn't put a foot wrong. Made the right decision all the time, and was selfless with laying on the amount of goals that she did. So it was a very, very good performance overall from 1 through to 16.
Yeah, and your side has proven to get goals all over the pitch, but one person in particular, Abby Morell, she scored 7 that game, and it was her 50th goal in all competitions this season. How good is it to have a natural born goal scorer like that, and what's it like to manage her?
What's it like to manage her? It is a pleasure for me to have someone as good as Abby Morell in our team at our level of football. She is exactly what you've just said. She is a ruthless striker that wants to score goals time after time after time, and that's a hunger and a desire that I would never ever want to dampen. Never want to dampen at all, because I was a striker, and the best feeling in the world when playing football is putting the ball in the net. What's it like to manage her? She's a really, really good, nice, kind person, and I'm pleased she scores regularly, because she is a grump when she doesn't score. Because that's what she sees her job as doing. That's what she wants to do. She's, that last season when it was curtailed, I don't think she was as fit as she is now. I don't think we saw the Abby Morell that we're seeing now last season, and that's credit to her and the work that she's put in, and she listens. And it's not just about the goals either. People will look at that and go, yeah, goals, laid on the plate for her. All types of goals that she scores are fantastic. And not just that as well. I don't know how many assists she's got, but I'm sure the assists are in the 20s. So in terms of the amount of goals that she's had an impact in, whether she's put it in the net or set it up for someone else, it's the highest in the team. It's the highest in the team. So she scores a lot of goals, but she also sets up a lot as well. And that it's we're really, really fortunate to have someone like her with us. And long may that goal scoring continue between now and the end of the season.
And looking to the Easter weekend fixture this week, we've got Notts County, and last time we played them, it was obviously a 1-1 draw away at Bay. How disappointing was that result? And obviously, we've had 2 losses. Would you say that was more disappointing than losses against Northampton and Chesterfield?
Yes. Yeah, and I think it was disappointing. It was probably more disappointing because away at Chesterfield, that's me. We lost the game because of me. And we didn't adapt to Chesterfield's game plan. Northampton at home, nip and tuck game. It is what it is. And ultimately, I felt we had enough chances to probably get a draw out of the game despite not being at our best that day. Notts County, the reason it's so disappointing is because the performance in comparison to the other 2 was the best. It was the best performance. Their keeper made 3 or 4 really good saves. I've had 1 off the line, 2 off the frame of the goal, a penalty that was a Stonewall penalty not given. And probably what makes that more disappointing on the day was the fact that the results elsewhere went for us. And actually, if we'd won, it'd become in our hands. Football being football, it didn't. And we're sort of back to where we were before that game, in the fact that we just need to focus on us and hopefully something else happens for us elsewhere. But the performance wasn't disappointing at Notts County. The manner in which we conceded the goal was, and everything else that surrounded it, in the fact that everything else happened for us in a positive way, yet we weren't able to grasp that and turn such a good performance into 3 points. The performance deserved 3 points. It did. It was. It felt. It's the best we've played against Notts County. It's the best we've played against them. So, yeah, we need to go into Sunday's game with the same mindset that we need to put in the same performances we did away from home. And it's rare that we go into games like that, create that many chances, and don't put at least 2, 3 of them away. So if we can do the same today, to do the same on Sunday, I'm sure that we can come away with 3 points.
Yeah, and one of their standout players was their goalkeeper that game, and it's pretty rare for us not to put our chances away. But since that game, we've scored double figures in 2 games. Do you think that we're more prepared now? We've got this clinical edge to get past their keeper.
It's a tough one. I felt their keeper made 3 or 4 really good saves in a day, but also, the woodwork and the defender on the line saved them as well. So you're talking a matter of inches, really, really fine margins that actually, if it hits Lauren Church's header, hits the post and rolls across the line, and that's 2-1. WFC hits the post and bounces on the inside of the goal and back out the other way, that could be 3-1. Holly Lewis off the line, that could be 4-1. So I don't think the girls need to change too much in comparison to the performance they put in and what we're about. We just need to turn up. And look, we've obviously the last couple of games scored 25 goals, which is ridiculous, really. 25 goals in 2 games. If we can turn up and be as ruthless as we have been in the last 2 games and put in the same performance levels as we did at Basford, then I'm confident we can come away with 3 points, a much needed 3 points, because it's another game in hand on people.
And finally, it's been a week since our last game. What's the squad availability like going into this fixture?
So we're looking at Demi. Thankfully, is back. Demi's back fit, and Heather is back from holiday, and we welcome back Elise Keyworth as well, which is really pleasing. So it'll be really important for us to have the run in and get Elise back. We ironically enough, we don't have Abby Morell. We don't have Abby Morell on Sunday, nor do we have Lucy Farrow on Sunday. So 2 strikers that scored 11 goals between them in the last match. they're not available. But the rest of the squad, as you said, the goals are around the team, and I'm confident that we can get goals and win the game on Sunday because of the strength and depth that we've got in our squad.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck for Sunday.
Cheers, Nathan. Thank you.